Now if you see the text like chaff and dust, if we increase the text size, let's suppose if I'm gonna increase the title of the song and Alan Walker, let's suppose. So what's gonna happen if you see that it's gonna be, you know, went to the bottom. But what we can do, if you see on the real music player, so they have a moving text. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a moving text component. To create a moving text component, what we are going to do, first of all, let me close all the files, collapse all the folders. After that, I'm gonna go to the source. Inside the source, we are having components. Inside here, I'm gonna create another component that is called moving text.jsx. all right, now create a component. To create a component, we are going to use rnfes command. all right, now after that, how we can do it, so for that I'm gonna create one here, animated.text. so animated, okay, so for animated I'm gonna import animated from the React Native Reanimated, as you can see that. all right, now after that I'm gonna add a animated.text, because we're gonna use the animated.text. after that, we're gonna define the number of lines. Number of lines will be 1. okay, and we're gonna add some styling to the hair to make this animated. all right, so let's do like that as well. So style gonna be an array. okay, and the first style which we're gonna create animated style. okay, so we need an animated style object. To create animated style, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one variable called animated style. Here we're gonna have use animated style hook. so we had imported the use animated style from the React Native Reanimated, and it's gonna be one hook like this. after that, it's gonna took a one callback function. so we're gonna pass the one callback function like this. okay, once you pass the callback function, we're gonna return one object like this. we're gonna return one object, and here we are having a transform value. okay, and the transform value will be dynamic like this. So transform is gonna be returning an array, and inside the array we are having a basically translate x. okay, because we are translating to the x direction, in a horizontal direction. that's why we are having a transform value is translate x, and it could be what is gonna value be. so we're gonna define the value like here. so what we are going to do, basically we're gonna create one state. The state will be const translate x, and it's gonna be use shared. I'm gonna use shared value, and by default the value will be 0. all right, so my bad, translate x. okay, and let's pass this value translate x to this translate x. okay, so translate x dot value. okay, now first of all, what we had done till here, we had created one component, moving text component. Here we had created the one animated view, animated.text. okay, inside the animated.text, we have passed the number of lines as a 1, and another property which we are having, that is called style property. And style value is an array where we are passing the animated style. okay, and after that we're gonna create a one animated style object. as you can see that we had created the use animated style, because to make the animated style, we have to use this hook, use animated style. okay, inside that we had passed one callback function. as you can see that inside the callback function, we are returning one object where we are having a transform, and inside the transform the value is like translate x, and the translate x value is like that. we had created one variable const translate x, and we are using the use shared value, and by default we had passed the value of 0. okay, and we are having a translate x dot value. all right, now after that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make this component dynamic. all right, to make the component dynamic, what we are going to do, first of all, we're gonna ask the text. the text which we're gonna need from the component. let's suppose wherever place we are going to use, we're gonna ask the text. so let's suppose I'm gonna take the text from this whatever place we are using it. all right, now after the text, we are also need animation threshold. okay, what is animation threshold? I will explain you quickly as well. so animation threshold, and another things that could be style. okay, so animation threshold means basically what is that, means that after the if the text dot length, okay, let's suppose I pass the animation threshold will be 10, so we'll check that. Okay, let me show you guys quickly. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, as we have already a translate x value, after that we're gonna check that should we animate or not. Okay, should we make this text movable or not. For that we are using animation threshold and text. So basically how it's gonna be, we're gonna check that if text dot length, okay, if text dot length is greater than, okay, if it's greater than animation threshold, it means let's suppose I'm having a text, okay, the text size is 20 or 20, let's suppose the text size is 25, and if I pass the animation threshold as a 10, means animation threshold means this view can only took 10 text. Okay, so we are passing that if text dot length is greater than animation threshold, it means that then only you have to animate, otherwise you don't have to animate, you don't have to move this text. Make sense? We'll also tell you guys one more 2 times, so it will become much more clear. After that I'm gonna take the text width. How we can text the text width, we're gonna write text dot length, okay, into 3 to get the text width like this. And why we are using the text width, we gonna use it somewhere else. So first of all, after that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one use effect hook. Okay, inside the use effect hook I'm gonna create like this. This is a use effect hook. So whenever the component mount on the UI, so use effect will get execute or will get called. After that, inside the use effect hook, I will check that if should animate is false. Alright, if should animate is false, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna return this component, I'm gonna return this, I'm not gonna do anything further. Okay, basically we don't want to make this movable text, so we gonna return this like this. Alright, now if it's not, if we have to make animation, now we have to make animation, if should animate is false means if we don't have to animate this now, else otherwise we have to animate this. To animate this, what we gonna need, we gonna need translate x dot value. We're gonna set the translate x dot value. How we can set the value, basically I'm gonna use one function that is called with delay, that is coming from this React Native Reanimated with delay. Okay, so after some certain delay, like that delay could be 1000 milliseconds, basically after 1 second you have to repeat. So I'm using another function or another hook that is called with repeat. Okay, inside the with repeat I'm gonna passing another function that is called with timing. Alright, so inside the okay, first of all with delay function took the first of all seconds, and after that we are passing a with repeat function, and inside the with repeat I'm passing the with timing function. Okay, and here what I'm going to do, after the text width, whatever the text width is, that is the timing. Okay, and after that I'm gonna another object. Inside the object I'm gonna pass the duration. The duration could be 5000 milliseconds, 1 2 3, okay, 5000 milliseconds, and easing. So I'm gonna pass another key that is called easing, and I'm gonna pass that easing dot linear. Okay, easing dot linear like this. Okay, and after that, after this object, after this function, I'm passing that it should be you can see that the number of reps, okay, reverse. So basically it should be reverse. Okay, and after that I'm gonna pass another object that is called true. So this is the with repeat animation. So if you understand that, it's telling that it's reverse or not. Okay, my bad. So here -1 stand for this infinite time. So basically this will animate this infinite time. And another prop, this is true prop. It means that do you want should reverse or not, okay. So if I understand you guys, let me explain you whole things quickly. So first of all, we had created this component, moving text component. Here we are getting the text, animation threshold and style. Okay, now after that we had created one state that is called translate x using the use shared value. Because why we are using use shared value? Because we are going to animate that. After the use saved value, we had created another state, another variable that is called should animate. It could be a boolean value, so we are checking that if text dot length is greater than the animation threshold. Okay, basically if the text length is 25 and we had passed the animation threshold as a 20, so it should animate. Otherwise, if text dot length is 10 and animation threshold is 15, so it should not animate. All right, now after this we are having another property, another variable that is called const text width. All right, here we are checking that text dot length is greater than we are creating one state variable text dot length into 3. Okay, now after that we had created one hook, use effect hook. Here we are checking that if should animate is false, then return do nothing. Otherwise you have to go, what you have to do, you have to write like this: translate x dot value, translate x dot value. We have to set the value here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a function called with delay function. Here we are passing a milliseconds, like after what delay, so we are passing after 1 second delay. You have to repeat this, you have to repeat this at what timing? This is the timing, text width, whatever the timing, you have to repeat this like just with the timing of this, whatever the timing, it could be like, it could be 12 or 13, whatever. And duration, the duration is 5000 milliseconds, so it could be a 5000 millisecond. And after that the animation type is like easing dot linear. Okay, and till what time it should run? It should run to the infinite time, and it should be reversed, like if the text will be sharp, like it went to the like this, and again it's like this. Okay, now after that we had created animated style. Okay, and use animated style, we are using use animated style hook to style this, to pass this styling like this. After that we are returning one object, the transform as a key, and the value is translate x dot value, whatever the translate x dot value. So it will automatically get changed, like so first of all, when we are calling this function, we are calling this function we are calling this use effect hook. So whenever the translate x value get changed, the text value get changed, and animation threshold value get changed, or if the text width get changed. All right, so at that all the point we are calling the use effect. We had passed a dependency element, so whenever the translate x value get changed, so we are calling this. Whenever the text value get changed, you are calling this. Okay, let me add one more thing. If you guys don't understand this once you go, so what you have to do, you have to watch this video one more time. Otherwise you have to just copy this code, paste that on ChatGPT, and tell him to explain this code line by line. It will explain that as well. All right, now after this let's do one thing. After this animated.text, we are having a style, right? And after that what we gonna do, we're gonna pass the style as well. If we are having any style, if you're passing any extra style for the text, we have to also add that as well. Now after that we're gonna check that if should animate is true. Okay, if should animate is true, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add another style that is called width. Width will be triple line, like infinite time, like the total width. It's gonna take the total width of the screen. And after that we're gonna have a padding left. Padding left will be almost 16, so it will have some padding left from the 16. Okay, now to use this component, what we have to do, we have to copy this component. Let's go to the floating player component. Here we are having this text. All right, so I'm gonna comment this code, I'm gonna comment this title. After that let me import this moving text component. So I just imported it, moving text component. As you can see that I had imported the moving text component from this moving text. After that let's go here. So if you see that cannot reach property of length. All right, so we have to pass the first thing that is called text. The text could be sharp and dust and Ellen Walker, Ellen, let's suppose like that. And after that you can see that we are not able to see any text because we had not applied a style. So let me copy this style. So I'm gonna copy this style and paste that style as well. Okay, now let's see. So as you can see that now we are able to see this moving text, but it's not moving, right? Now let's go to the again moving text component. Now here we are having a text. Let me copy this text, and here you can see that we had just passed this this value. So I'm gonna remove this text component, and here we have to pass like this text. Okay, now as you can see that we are getting this value, but it's not movable. All right, So how we can make this movable? So for that we gonna need another property that is called animation threshold. The animation threshold, if it could be 15, if I make it 15, let's see what gonna happen. Okay, reanimated, the easing function is not worklet. Please make sure you import easing from React Native reanimated. Okay, so basically I am using this easing, but I had not imported it. So let me import this easing dot linear. Okay, so basically what mistake I had done, I had imported the easing from the React Native. That's why it's throwing error. So we have to remove this easing from the React Native. All right, and again let me import it from the React Native reanimated. Okay, so make sure to also import these things in a right manner. All right, now if you see this, what is gonna happen, what is happening, this text is coming on the top of this image. Okay, so I just figured it out, like, you know, why the text is going on the top of this image. Basically inside the title container we have to use one property. So if I show you guys, let me explain you guys once more. So we are having this, you know, title container. Inside the title container we are having a moving text. Okay, so inside the title container what we have to do, we have to add a property that is called overflow property, and due to that we had not added the overflow property, that's why it's coming on the top of the image. So we had added the overflow hidden property. Now if you see this this, you know, this is going inside the image, this is not looking well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add this, you know, margin basically margin left property, and here it will be spacing dot large, spacing dot, if I make it small, spacing dot small, let's see, spacing dot small. Okay, now you can see that. All right, after that if you see that this content is also not, we want some margin right direction as well. So let's add some margin. So first of all I'm gonna remove this padding right, because it's not working, it's not expected, because I was doing in wrong manner. All right, so I'm gonna add this margin right, and margin right will be spacing dot large. If I'm gonna make it large, let's see. Okay, so now you can see that it's looking well. All right, so this is how we create this moving text component in React Native. All right, this is looking awesome. All right, if I make the text smaller, let's suppose if I'm gonna make the text smaller, let's suppose I'm gonna just make it cheap in just, okay, still it's you know, it's movable, because we're gonna make this, you know, animation threshold as a 10. Okay, and now basically okay, let's do like this. If animation threshold will be 20, if the okay, we had to make the animation threshold as 20, but if you see that the text went to the this is looking well. All right, so if the text size is more than 20, so it will only animate. So you can adjust the size or adjust the things accordingly but I think it's looking well for now. Okay, so if you want to increase that to 20 or 70, that's totally up to you. You can increase or decrease it. So ideally I'm gonna make it 15. Okay, all right, so let me explain this code, all the things whatever we had done till yet, from floating player to, you know, this slider and this, all the things. So first of all, let me, okay, why am I revising the things like maximum, like, you know, more times? Because it will help to understand the code. Okay, and if you go through that, like, that will be really great. So please listen this trick carefully once again. So first of all, we went to the home screen. Inside the home screen we are having a flat list. As you can see that we are rendering this another flat list inside that, but at least we are having a flat list where we are looping the items. Okay, after that we are having a floating player. This is the floating player. Let's go to the floating player. Inside that we are having a 3 state using the progress, mean, max, using the use shared value. The mean value, like, you know, the progress is, like, you know, 0.2, so we had defined the progress value as 0.2, mean value is 0, and max value is 1. All right, now after that we are having a view. Inside the view we are having a slider view where we have passed the z index as a 1. After that we are having a slider, and we have you know, we have having a style is equal to style dot slider container. Here we don't have any style because it's looking well. Okay, now after that we had passed a progress value, mean value, and the max value. We had passed the theme, the mean tint color and the max tint color, and we have also having a bubble color. So this is the bubble, you know, on the top, which you can see that. Okay, sorry, the bubble, we are not showing the bubble, and this is the thumb. If you want to customize it, you can customize it as well. After that we are having a touchable opacity. This is a touchable opacity. where we are having a image, the first image, okay, and after that we are having a artist name, okay, like basically the title, no sorry, the title, and where we have defined the title, and also we are having a movable title if the text size is greater than the this 15. Okay, if the text size is 15, then it will become animated. Let's add it, and Alan Walker. Okay, and Alan Walker, it will start animating. All right, now after that we are having a artist name as well, so as you can see that Alan Walker. All right, now after that we are having a 3 button: go to previous button, play pause button, and go to next button. Now we are having a moving text component. Here we are passing a 3 props: text, animation threshold, and style property. Now let's go to the moving text component. So first of all we are reading the text, animation threshold, and style, whatever the custom style of text. After that we had created the translate x value is equal to use set value is equal to 0, should animate text dot length. Okay, and after that text width is equal to like this, and if should animate is false, then we are just returning it like this. All right, now after that we are checking that we are updating the value of translate x dot value using the with delay function. So we are using a with delay function. Here we are passing 1000 millisecond. After 1000 millisecond you have to repeat this. Okay, you have to repeat this, and with the timing of this text width. Okay, with this you're gonna took this time, basically you have to took this 5000 milliseconds, or like whatever that this is the millisecond, you have to took this time, and duration is like 5000 milliseconds. Okay, and after that you are passing a easing property, easing dot linear, and we are passing -1 that it will move till the infinite time, and we are having another property that is called true. It should reverse or not. Basically if we have passed true, then it will reverse that. All right, now after that we are passing the translate x, text, animation threshold, and text width. But here we have after that here we had forget one thing, that is called to add a cleanup function. Okay, add a cleanup function. Okay, so let's add a cleanup function as well. To add a cleanup function, what we have to do, we have to write like this, return, okay, like this, and after that here we have to write cancel animation, and we have to import it from the React Native Reanimated cancel animation. All right, now after that what we have to do, we have to pass a translate x value. Okay, and after that we have to pass translate x dot value will become 0. Basically whenever the component get mount, it will start animating value. Okay, that will prevent the memory leak. That's why we use cleanup function, and it's one of the most important interview question as well. Basically if this floating player get unmount from the UI, the animation should stop. That's why we are passing this value, or we are written this function. All right, after the cleanup function we are having a translate, we are passing this values. Basically whenever this value get changed, you have to run this use effect as again. Here we are having a const animated style using the use animated style, which is returning one object by having a transform value, and translate x is like translate x dot value. After that we are having a animated dot text, and we had passed the number of lines as a 1. We had passed the style is equal to animated dot style, whatever this translate x value is coming, and we are having a style and should animate. Okay, if it should animate true, then we gonna make the width as the triple like 9999 like infinite size of this screen, and padding left will be 16. All right, okay, after that let's go to the floating player once again, and if you see this we are passing this style dot style text style, so it's also applying that. So this is how we build floating player. As you can see, that's looking too good. What do you think, guys? It's looking well. Please let me know how do you rate this UI out of 10. All right, and also guys, there's one thing I just want to add. If you are watching this video till it, please add anything, comment, like if you like my videos. So if you add any comment, anything, like if you can write your name, anything, so it will boost my video. So please add one comment, please.